Nigga kill over a bitch but let a rat keep his wife.
Dog face Calderon. What's happening with you?
What's the word with you, man? How you feel?
Oh man, I'm keeping my head up despite my situation. Yeah, man.
Right, yeah, we with the streets, YouTube streets waiting on you. The YouTube streets waiting on you, and the real streets waiting on you, man. You hear me? I'm out here making motion. I'm out here disturbing the peace, baby.
Hey, they tell me, man. I hear about you now. You making so much noise. I'm hearing about you all the way down here in the jail. You hear me?
Right.
You doing what you supposed to do, man.
Right, y'all on lockdown up in that joint, huh?
But yeah, man, we on lockdown right now, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm used to it and I'm built for it. You hear me?
Right. So listen, man, I got a couple of questions to ask you, man. So listen, Memphis, Tennessee was on fire, just like it was on fire when you left, right? One of the biggest issues, and the reason why I'm asking you this question is because you got 20 plus years of federal experience, and you done moved around. You done moved around the federal system on all G status. So a couple of questions I want to ask you is: so it's a debate right now, and one of the biggest debates is about Terrence Gangster Williams. People seem to be under the impression that he won his freedom or he gained his freedom by telling on the dead, right? So that's the biggest debate right now about Terrence Gangster Williams. So can you talk about how Terrence Gangster Williams won his freedom?
It definitely wasn't about telling on no dead. You hear me? Most of he told those CEOs, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, down in Yazoo. And he had a celly in New York that he was locked up in that he was locked up with. He went back to court on a few people. You feel me? The feds don't do that telling on the dead shit. You hear me? Because once they got somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like how they already got you. You already got an elbow. You got to think you had an elbow. You ain't had no little light shit. You feel me? You had an elbow. So they gonna want somebody responsible for them crimes. You know what I'm saying? They can't lock up the dead. You know what I'm saying? But he had some issues that was in there. Like I said, that he busted a few COs and a few of his cellies that he went back to court on. He went back to court on a few of his cellies too. You hear me?
Right. So let me ask you a question. See, because the whole thing about him telling on a few COs, correctional officers. So they were like, well, they the police, they're the correctional officers. So ain't nothing wrong with him telling on the police because they the police. Fuck the police. Is that how it was looked at, or is it like the police was operating like they was like criminals or operating in the criminal capacity? So for him to tell on them was like telling on the inmate because they wasn't moving in the capacity of law enforcement.
Exactly. And also you fucking up enough nigga money. You feel me? You might not be getting in on what's going on, so it's like you hate on that too. You ain't just doing something with them. You got dudes that's sitting there taking care of their families and sending their loved ones money, paying rent. You know what I'm saying? Putting their kids through college, and this is the way they do that. You get what I'm saying? It ain't all just about that. It's about all kind of economical factors that can go into that. You know what I'm saying? You feed dudes that's on the compound, your homeboys that ain't got nothing going on, they ain't got nobody sending them nothing. You know what I'm saying? You fucking up a breadwinner. It's the same thing.
All right. So let's fast forward, man. Let's bring it up to date, bro. Because that was old news. New news is Pooh Shiesty came home from the Fed joint, and there's some rumors about how he did his bit. No, we got a guy who I made the acquaintance of by the name of Cash. He out of Memphis, and from everything I can gather about the guy Cash, is a solid individual. So there's rumors about Pooh Shiesty's status in the Fed joint. Was he holding it down? Was he popping cats? Was he standing online? Was he keeping the G? Fuck all the other shit. So there's rumors about he was maybe in protection or maybe getting squoze off by motherfuckers in there, made to stand up while he was eating. We know what that mean, right? So let's just deal with the protection thing first. Was Pooh Shiesty ever in protective custody while he was in the Fed joint?
Yeah, he definitely was. He came in where he came from. Where he came from, he was already on PC status when he came to Atlanta. Atlanta is a transit center. Atlanta's the transit center is when you're getting transferred and you're around a lot of people coming from different prisons. So it's called behind the glass. So when you come in and you're on PC status, what they do is they'll put you behind the glass. What we call is behind the glass. So you can't come out with everybody else, with all the other individuals that's coming out. So you still look that phone as it's still PC status. You feel me? Because you ain't walking around the other inmates. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you went in there because of your status or who you was or nothing like that. Because you can have an involuntary PC and you can have a voluntary PC. You feel me? So you can't use the fact that who you was, because at the time, I think Doug was hotter than him. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And Doug came in that bitch and stood tall and came out with everybody else. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay, so listen, so we talking about 4-2 Doug from Detroit. 4-2 Doug came through the same facility and he didn't go shoot. He came right on and what do they call it? The DCU? What's they call it?
Right. You have DCU 1, DCU 2. Those are the two dorms that they put you in when you're getting transported. You get me? You're going these two dorms. So what happens is they let everybody out for a few hours. You're still behind the door because you're in transit in Atlanta. So, but what happens is they pop all the doors and let everybody out. You feel what I'm saying? So you might bump into a cat you ain't seen in 5-10 years, you know? And you ain't did nothing too. So the status is still, it's still a dangerous situation. Because it might be somebody that you don't bump into or that you don't did something to 5-6 years ago, and the only way he can catch you is in the transit. You know what I'm saying? So you got dudes from all over the United States in him.
Right. So 4-2. So because that was another thing. Guys said, well, then he a star. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, because he was a star, they forced him into a situation like that. So you comparing that to Doug's situation. Doug was just as big a star, if not a bigger star than him. And Doug came in straight population. He didn't go check in, or he wasn't on no type of protective custody.
Yeah, he walked tall. He stood tall. He went through the same transit center. He went through the same one a few times. So it ain't got nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? We don't have nothing necessarily to do with your status or nothing like that. And at that particular time, he wasn't the biggest Doug anyway.
All right, I got you, man. So I know you've been paying attention to what's going on out here, because the news, when you locked up, the news traveled faster than it travels out here in the free world. What are you seeing and what are y'all hearing? What's the discussions at the feds about what's going on in the world of hip hop, with the whole Atlanta, with 21 Savage saying that Ben New Gunner was a snitch when he told the first time, and the whole fuck the streets movement. What's your opinion, and what they saying? What they saying in the feds about the whole fuck the streets movement, and how Atlanta's hip hop elite artists are using it? How y'all feel about that in there?
See, you gotta look at it where artists don't know a lot of stuff that you do musically, and when you're a street artist, it all trickles down to the jail. So I'm gonna use that as an example. Is like, say for example, like, if you listening to, you walking around, you got your MP3s and all that, and you listen to certain artists, you listen to, let's say, Thug or something like that, or even artists like that, people gonna look at you like, why you listening to that rap nigga? You feel me? Why you listening to him? People gonna start questioning you. Why you listening to him and stuff like that? Also, people use certain debates when they start debating about Atlanta rappers and this and that. It be hidden agendas behind the debates, because they really shooting indirectly at the person who they talking to that could be from Atlanta, or you know what I'm saying, that type of shit. So don't be the type of debates that be going on that can cause friction. And stuff like that cause friction. Like when T.I. had this situation, people using that as a debate, but at the same time, you shooting at the person, you slick shooting at the person who you talking to. So it can go from just them rapping. It also trickles down to the prison system and what they're doing with the stuff that's in prison. You feel me? So with the fuck the streets movement, like I said, you gonna take that as, I'm gonna look at it like is him probably, he shouldn't have named it that. I don't know. I'm not out there, so I can't really just say exactly, what their intentions is with the movement. But you don't want to just say fuck the streets when you don't made all your money off the streets and you portray a street image. You feel what I'm saying? You can't say fuck the streets, and the streets is what made you, and the streets is what fed you. The streets is what made you a millionaire. You can take a lot of rappers and look at how they stream and fall, and a lot of they, a lot of their show money fall off because the streets stopped fucking with them.
Okay, so listen.
Listen,
here's another thing. So we have people on the other side of the fence. We have a lot of podcasters, not a lot of them, but we have some podcasters who are notable, who are saying that black people specifically are wrong for questioning or calling into question the Fuck the Streets movement, and they are saying that we are being short-sighted and we're trying to push and promote all the negative shit that comes along with being in the streets. And I have said, no, people are not questioning the Fuck the Streets movement because of that. People are questioning the people behind the Fuck the Streets movement because they are screaming fuck the streets after, like you just said, they had a career that turned them into millionaires off of propagating and promoting street shit. And they're only saying fuck the streets now because it has been discovered that they are violators of the same principles and same codes that they use to criticize other people for.
Ain't no question. Ain't no question. That's exactly what's going on. And it's like, it makes it seem like now you're...
This call will be terminated in 2 minutes.
Not just that, it gives a sense of like you are promoting people to do stuff that's against the street code, like snitching. It's like you promote snitching. It's like you promoting that, you advocating for that. You know what I'm saying? I know we already know the streets ain't for everybody anyway. That's number one. So everything ain't directed and everything ain't meant for everybody anyway, and particularly the streets. You know what I'm saying? So if you were to say the streets ain't for everybody type shit, that is different. Versus you saying fuck the streets because, you know, the Kennedys came up on the streets. You feel me?
Right.
The streets are made, you know, off of bootlegging. You know what I'm saying? Bootlegging is the street hustle. You know what I'm saying? That's stuff that people have made their money on the street. You got water boys out there. You know what I'm saying? Water boys in the street. That's a street hustle. You know what I'm saying? So when you saying fuck the streets, you
This call will be terminated in 1 minute.
You got people that's vendors. You know what I'm saying? Food trucks that park in the hood. They're getting street money. You know what I'm saying? The streets is a part of the economy. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, because that's how they gain their wealth, because the streets is a part of the economy. So you can't necessarily say that. And then you don't want, and then it's the timing of when you're saying it. You're saying it when one of your homeboys is getting caught, like you're saying, getting caught, violating a code that you've been pushing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't come out saying, so basically you saying, stop the beef, put all the beef down too.
Right.
Stop beefing.
Right.